Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at CreditSage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Contract Callers Incorporated from their credit report, and in many cases without paying their debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or you believe that Contract Callers Inc. or any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any major issue really that's affecting your life seriously, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that can work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. But if no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can certainly help with that too. Okay, just give us a call today. Our number will be in the description area below, so you can find that. But what I want to do today is I want to go through the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Contract Callers Incorporated? I put this one at the top of the list because, we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And really it makes sense because few people are taught how credit and debt work in school. Myself included, I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, the answer is, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay, $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So, so you don't need to worry. All right. So now, who is Contract Callers Inc. and why are they on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount. Okay. So, for example, imagine for a moment that you, for whatever reason, have an unpaid card with Capital One, and it's $1,000. Contract Callers Inc. could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is the primary strategy that they have to get you to pay. However, the problem with that, and again, a lot of people don't know this, is that even if you pay the debt on your credit report, it does not remove the account that's attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So a lot of time paying it isn't in your best interest. It could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score. But in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters, call a lot, call family members, call colleagues. But there's limits, right? If a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may again be owed a lawsuit. So that's another case that you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Let's see here. Should you negotiate a settlement with Contract Callers Inc.? So settling your debt with Contract Callers Inc. depends on your goals, depending on what you want to do. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't actually the best option. And the reason is what I mentioned before. Even if you pay that debt, the collection, that account will remain on your credit report for 7 years, okay? That whole time it's going to be damaging your score. Instead, I think the better option is to, work with an expert like us who can review these accounts for you. And, if certain issues exist, then the accounts may be removed, which is a win-win, right? You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. Oh yeah, here's one that kind of leads right into that. How do you remove Contract Callers Incorporated from your credit report? Yeah, so the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report, okay? Now that's easier said than done. The knowledge required to do that can be a bit more involved than it might seem, but I'm not saying you shouldn't learn how to do it, but just be prepared to spend, weeks, maybe months, really learning how to do it properly. However, if you hire a professional to handle it for you and ensure it's done properly the first time and save the extra time and hassle and learn how to do it, we're happy to take care of it for you. We've dealt with Contract Callers Incorporated accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'll take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get Contract Callers Inc. to stop calling you? Yeah, as I mentioned before, contract callers will be calling you. It's their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which really just means that the only reason that they're going to stop calling you is if you, if you settle your debt with them, which we talked about, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether, okay? Will Contract Callers Inc. try suing or garnishing my wages? Contract Callers Inc. suing is unlikely. It can happen, it does happen, but in my experience, it's been rare. And the reason is that there's a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's just a long process. However, why risk it? If we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert, okay? Question here is, what are my rights when dealing with Contract Callers Incorporated? So, yeah, you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Contract Callers Inc. has purchased. They're governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Now, these acts can seem very complicated, but they really provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. But if you don't have time to research these acts, it's not a problem, right? You can give us a call and we can discuss your options, and we'd be happy to do that. Our number is in the description, so you can find that. And with that, thank you so much for watching.